right now in the stock market. I want to say hello also to everybody who's on the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. The Black Financial Channel is a Black news and commentary platform that gives you financial news and information from a Black perspective. So make sure you subscribe, theblackfinancialchannel.com, and also make sure that you follow the Black Financial Channel on Instagram. Just look up the Black Financial Channel because right now we have to really think about what's going on financially with the world. We have to talk about what's going on with the stock market because these are the times where opportunities actually present themselves the most. There's a lot of money that's going to be made during this whole coronavirus comeback. And I'm going to break some of this down to you so that you can understand what's happening. So before we begin, let's do our quick B1 pledge. Just want you guys to know where I come from and what I believe in. I believe that Black people come first. I believe that our community matters most. I believe that we are responsible for our own destiny. And if you agree with me, type B1 in the chat. Just put B1 in the chat, B and the number 1 to let me know that you agree with this philosophy because that's what everything is built on. That's what it's based on. Okay, so let me, I see some of you have a couple of questions and I don't want to lose my train of thought because y'all know how I get to where my brain, I start going in tangents and stuff. So I don't want to do that. I want to get to the cut to the chase. And also a reminder, tonight, you guys know that we're taking over Black Hollywood. We actually want to create a real Black Hollywood. So we're actually, we created Black Movie Night, sponsored by the Black Business School, where we feature a Black filmmaker every month. And we show the movie, we watch the movie together as a group. And then afterward, we have a discussion with the filmmaker, with actors or actresses that are in the film. And tonight, we're going to do Black and Privileged with Mark Harris. Mark Harris is a great guy. He's a good brother. He puts Black people first. He rejected Hollywood. Mark, his movies have been on BET and TV One and all that. And Mark is a brother that I love Mark because Mark rejected Hollywood. Mark saw what you all see with Hollywood, with all these crazy agendas they try to push on people. So he's actually avoided Hollywood quite a bit. So we want to be his Black Hollywood. So if you'd like to join us tonight, 8 p.m. March 19th, Thursday, March 19th, 8 p.m., go to blackmovienight.net. That's blackmovienight.net, not .com, that's .net. So you can join us tonight and get there early, though, because we've had thousands of people sign up, and we've only got room in the building, in the digital building, for 1,000 people. And then after that, there's an overflow where we'll try to stream it on YouTube, but we can't promise that's going to work. Yeah, somebody said you're a little ashy. I know, right? You see, y'all making fun of me. See, why can't y'all focus when we're talking about I'm ashy? You know my self-esteem's already bruised, but I keep the lotion. I keep the lotion on standby. All right. So anyway, let me get back to this. All right. So just call me Ashley, you asshole. All right. So hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Share and subscribe button. So here's what's going on with this. Hey, Faye Bishop, how are you, sister? Good to see you. Okay. So here's what's happening with the stimulus and with this whole coronavirus. Economic breakdown that you're watching. You're really watching history kind of unfold. I told you guys my personal thoughts on some of this. Dr. Jennifer Cottle out of Philadelphia, who's a friend of mine, did some TV appearances where basically she was saying, it almost sounded like she was saying to me that the coronavirus may not be that bad, that most people, 80% of all the people, show symptoms for a couple of days and then they're fine. A very small percentage of people with pre-existing conditions like asthma, like diabetes, like, being really old and already having weak immune systems, they're the ones who are dying, but the odds of dying are extremely, 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 extremely low. Now, that does not mean that we don't care about the people that are dying. It just means that, we don't need everybody running my head like, oh my God, oh Lord Jesus, I'm going to die. That's just really not what it is. But it doesn't mean that you don't do what they tell you to do. It doesn't mean you don't take it seriously. I mean, shit, you don't want to get any infections of anything, but I mean, people have viruses in their bodies right now that they don't even know about. But anyway, here's what's happening right now on the economic front. The stock market is blowing up, falling apart before our very eyes. I was doing research yesterday because I was trying to figure out how this decline actually compares to the Great Depression. I was like, okay, at what point, like, we can't keep falling forever, can we? And at what point have you fallen so much that you're looking at a potential Great Depression? Well, because I would argue that we've already gotten past the point of, of the 07, 08 crisis. I think this is worse than what we went through in 07, 08, in my opinion, for various reasons I won't go into now. But, you know, I just really remember thinking, what happens when you just shut down all the businesses and you tell all the customers to stay home, and don't just stay home, but stay scared, be afraid, be very afraid. Well, fear, if you ever want to know what virus will destroy an economy quick and have a 100% mortality rate, it is the virus of fear. Fear is literally the most destructive factor in most economic systems. Time is the most valuable factor. Time is the most valuable factor when it comes to making money. And if you mix time with confidence, then you're going to be rich. That's pretty much what, because think about it. I mean, imagine somebody who's got a lot of confidence, who's constantly trying new things and starting new businesses and learning new things, who just does that for a 30-year period and is consistently investing and saving and things like that. That person is going to be well off financially, right? Well, you know, so fear is negative, time is positive. So what's going on here is this, right? You have an economy that has been inundated and highly infected with fear, and very contagious. Media is largely responsible for this, because the media will take anybody within a 1,000-mile radius who caught the virus, and their next big headline is so-and-so caught the virus. So if you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins, and sometimes I like to be an asshole and piss people off. So I put up a meme today. I made that meme. I did not take that meme from someone else. I did not borrow that meme. That was my meme. I made that up because it came to my mind. I said, Alicia, it's funny to me. I wrote, Alicia's my beautiful black fiance. Everybody should have a black woman in their life. And I said to her, I said, every day they'd love to announce some celebrity has the coronavirus. Not that it means anything. Not the person isn't gonna die. Not one celebrity's died from the virus. Now, by the way, not that I know of. Tell me, yes or no, have you seen any celebrities die from the virus yet? No, but they love to make the announcement, like a little, almost like a debutante ball, or like a publicity thing, or like just a celebration or something. Like I don't know. Kevin Durant has the coronavirus. Tom Hanks has the coronavirus. Idris Elba has the coronavirus. Right? So I made a meme, and the meme said, Tickle Me Elmo has been diagnosed with the coronavirus, right? So I threw up a picture of Tickle Me Elmo from Sesame Street, and I said, he's the latest celebrity to be diagnosed with the coronavirus. But don't worry, Elmo's going to be fine. He'll be right back on Sesame Street in a couple of days. He's just going to be down with a cold until Thursday. Now, why did I do that? Is it because I don't think it's serious? No, I would never do that. I would never take something that is serious and pretend like it's not serious. It's to say, stop. Like, if you're going to be scared of something that makes sense. You know, what you should be afraid of, here's what you should fear. What you should fear is the fact that we are headed down an economic black hole, unlike anything we've seen in this generation. Like we're headed to the abyss economically, and there's a very good chance that if you have a job, you better have a plan B, because all the jobs are disappearing. Businesses can only pay you to work if they're making money. It ain't none of the businesses making money if they ain't got no damn customers, if all the customers are home afraid of their own shadow, right? So what you're looking at in the next year, sure, you're gonna have some deaths from the virus, right? Your chances of dying, if you get the virus, your chances of dying are about 2%. But what you have a 90% chance of seeing is an unemployment rate that is incredibly high. You have a very high probability of seeing a recession that could last the next two or 3 years. You can see inflation jump out of this, or maybe what they call stagflation. Stagflation is the real beast. We had that in the 70s. Stagflation is when you have a recession and inflation at the same time. Like, stagflation is very scary. So you know, I think that this virus of fear is going to have longer effects than the actual coronavirus itself, right? So here's the deal. Here's what Trump is trying to do right now. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button. And I want to remind everybody, please subscribe to the Black Financial Channel, theblackfinancialchannel.com. That's owned by Black people. It's ours. And some of you are asking about this shirt. Like, we actually have really like annoying t-shirts like this, like Black Gentrification. This is a concept I came up with where I believe Black people can gentrify our own neighborhoods. I don't believe that we should sit around worried that white people are going to gentrify our neighborhoods. I think we should be gentrifying whatever neighborhood we want. It's all about mindset, right? So I'm not interested in being a victim. I'm not interested in sitting around hoping that that a white person doesn't come beat me up and take all my stuff. I'm actually the aggressor, if you will. You need to worry about us because we coming to take your stuff. We coming to fight you back. So that's just kind of what we do. So if you want to actually take a look at some of our shirts, you can go to wokeblacktees.com. That's wokeblacktees.com. WOKE. Feel free to go take a look. All right. So Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin basically said that Trump wants to send $1,000 out for every person in every household and $500 for every child. Not that children aren't people. So $1,000 for every adult, $500 for every child. So he said for a family of 4, that's a $3,000 payment. So $1,000 to the mother, $1,000 to the father, and $500 for each child. But, you know, I mean, in our community, 76% of the kids don't have a daddy in the house. So it'll be like a payment for the mama and payments for all the kids, but who's counting, right? So anyway, hopefully we can change that. And so basically what this stimulus is interesting because it's going to be really expensive. You know, it's fine. But, you know, our government tends to like to go into debt because our government officials aren't very good at thinking about the future. They're not very good at thinking beyond the next election cycle. So what they're processing here is they're like, look, who cares? Let's just go borrow some more money and do another big stimulus that's going to get our economy going so we can all feel good. At some point, all that debt's going to catch up with our country. I truly believe that. And now what's going to happen as well, though, is that once you have that $500 billion payment, I'm not against that payment to the families. I think the stimulus should definitely go in the hands of working people and people that are actually going to go out and support businesses and things like that. Consumer spending is a very important part of the economy. But what's also going to happen is they're going to drop at least another $300 billion onto the corporations, onto the businesses themselves. And so the big debate now is a lot of people believe, and Trump agrees, Mark Cuban, who owns the Dallas Maverick, agrees that that money should not go to companies that are doing extensive stock buybacks, right? And that's because basically what happens sometimes is that you give money to the companies and the companies don't get the money into the hands of the people. Trickle-down economics does not work. Trickle-down economics is where you give money to the people at the top and you assume that it's going to trickle down to the bottom. No, that doesn't work. Rich people get rich because they usually keep the money to themselves, right? Black people stay poor because we give our money away, right? So we actually stimulate the economy in a really wonderful way. We're excellent servants to the economy. But wealthy people, they tend to hold on to their money. So effectively, when they go and bail out the businesses, they're talking on Congress about making sure that none of these companies are allowed to do stock buybacks with that money. And I think that there should be restrictions for sure. That's why I like the Elizabeth Warrens of the world. That's why I like the Bernie Sanders of the world, et cetera, is because they're the people that are going to go in and say, you can have government money, but you need to make sure that you're using this money to hire people. Or they'll say to the banks, you can have government money, but you need to show us that you're making loans to everybody so that they can get by. They're claiming an additional $100 billion for paid leave for workers, free testing, things like that. And they've also talked about some money for small businesses. Now, so I think to some extent following this is beneficial, especially if you're a business owner, just so you can know, if you can get in where you fit in. I think that unfortunately, in a lot of these situations, there are so many scenarios where Black people kind of just get left out of the big money. And so I'm going to kind of keep my eye out so that maybe I can share some things with you that might help you get your piece of that stimulus money, because they're going to need to do a heavy stimulus and really inject serious liquidity into the economy to overcome what kind of happens when you have something that's going full speed and then you pull it to a complete stop. It's almost like, imagine if you're running really fast and then you come to a complete stop. Well, you can't just immediately start back up at the speed you were running before. You're going to have some time that it takes for you to get your momentum back. And the truth is that sometimes you never get it back. Sometimes you get to the point where you never run, or it takes you a very long time to run as fast as you were running before. So I think that this corona thing is really going to cause some long-term economic challenges. And so as far as the people that actually catch the disease, I see your question, Hassani. My heart goes out to them. I think the virus is never going to go away. It's always going to be around. I think that, you know, what's really happening now, what I'm really sort of processing this, and to put it bluntly, what I see is I see a disease that doesn't affect children at all. Most young people are fine. If you're under the age of 50 and you get it, your chances of dying are extremely low, and unless you have a pre-existing condition. If you're over 60, most of the people that have died have been over 60. They said over 80 is when the death rate goes up. So, you know, a lot of the social distancing that's occurred where young people are staying away from other young people so they don't give each other, you know, these cosmic cooties, or whatever, you know, this coronavirus has kind of become. That doesn't seem to be what's keeping people alive. I think that what's really keeping people alive is keeping young people away from old people. Like, I think that's it, you know, and it's kind of sad, right? Because a lot of you got families where grandma wants to see the grandkids, but grandma's scared as shit of the grandkids because the kids are the ones that can carry the virus without having any symptoms at all. So they go see grandma and grandma gets sick, and next thing you know, grandma's gone. So everybody loves grandma, right? You know, so it kind of becomes this thing almost where a more efficient way to look at it. Like, if I were president of the earth and I could just make a law and I could just be a prick for about 30 seconds and everybody could like just accept this for a moment. I don't want to be a jerk, but it's like you look at the big picture. You got to sort of weigh the good and the bad. I would almost probably say something like this. I would say, as we transition, we must get to the point where older people just stay away, you know, from other people. So when you talk about social distancing, I'm not worried about one young person being near another young person as much as I'm worried about an older person being around younger people, because that's what seems to be happening when you're talking about those very rare cases where an infection leads to a death. Remember, if you have 100 people in a room that have the coronavirus, 2 of them are going to die, and at least one of those people is going to be a senior citizen, and the other one probably has a pre-existing condition. So the 98 other people are going to live. So the question becomes, how much, you know, how much do you alter the lives of the other 98 to protect the 2 that are going to get hit by the virus pretty hard? Everybody matters, right? The 98 matter and the 2 matter, but here we're sort of doing these really interesting things that I wonder if 5 years from now, if we're going to feel like we did the right thing or handled it in the right way, or if we just all freaked out like chickens with our heads cut off and went bananas. And one thing I've noticed also is, you know, I know in our neighborhood, we live in the suburbs, right? So, you know, the grocery stores have plenty of food. The lines aren't super long. Some of y'all live in the cities. The cities, that's where they're, you know, when they talk about martial law and emergency lockdowns and all that, they're really talking about controlling the cities. They can't control every suburb in America. They just can't. It would be impossible. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of young people just are like, whatever, like they don't care, you know, because again, you know, even though the media loves to announce whenever a celebrity gets the virus, because celebrity headlines always get clicks, that always gets reads, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to get viewership of their content, right? So announcing that a celebrity has the virus is not as interesting to me, though, as announcing that a celebrity died from the virus. If half of these celebrities were all dying, then I think people would look at it differently than seeing it as, okay, these celebrities have it. They all look healthy. They all look fine. They're all, you know, doing TikTok videos and, you know, whatever, doing the Corona dance. You know, so maybe it's not as scary as they made it out to be. So anyway, so if you want my recommendation, and I had somebody tell me to be very careful. They were like, well, boys, doc, we need you to be careful about what you say because people listen to you and we don't want you to say it. And I was like, okay, I get it. I respect that. So what I'm going to say is that here's my official statement. My official statement, for those of you that give a fuck what I think, is follow the rules. You know, don't do anything unnecessary. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Stay at home. Like I've been staying at home. I canceled all my trips. I'm staying at home. And let's play it out. Let's play it out. But be ready. Like when you talk about economic readiness, that means that the economy has engaged in a fundamental shift. The economy has changed in ways that it will never go back. In fact, just the idea that you've now allowed about 80 million people to work from home for the first time ever, a bunch of those people ain't never going back to work. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to tell you, when I got the opportunity to work from home, I never wanted to go back to a job again, because once you get that little taste of, they give you a little whiff of freedom, like you hit that crack pipe of freedom, you're like, this is great, oh my God. Ah! So I'm telling you, like, so I will tell you that that the economy has shifted. It's going to be more digital. If you look at the stocks that have actually not just survived, but actually thrived during this crisis, where everything's falling, but Zoom went up. I don't know if anybody owns Zoom stock, but Zoom stock shot through the roof. Why did Zoom stock go up? Well, because everybody uses Zoom when they work from home, or a lot of people do. Right? I use Zoom all the time. I'm on Zoom right now. So Zoom stock actually shot up maybe 30-40% or more or something this month. It was insane. Amazon stock is going to go up because Amazon's getting a ton of orders because everybody's ordering from home. So there are some companies that didn't just survive the downturn, they actually thrived. And I think that these companies are going to continue to thrive because this is not a temporary economic shift. This is a long-term shift in the fundamental way that people do business and the way people connect with each other. So maybe in an awkward way, this crisis is going to make us better and more efficient in terms of how we get things done. I don't know. That's just my prediction. So anyway, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you sign up. TheBlackFinancialChannel.com. That's our financial news and commentary platform from a Black perspective. That's TheBlackFinancialChannel.com. Follow us on Instagram. My Instagram personally is The Real Boyce Watkins. The Black Financial Channel has an Instagram also. So does the Black Business School. So if you want to follow that also, please do that. Those of you who want this shirt, you're asking about this shirt. You can go to you can get shirts like this at WokeBlackTees.com. WOKE. That's WokeBlackTees.com. Also, last thing, tonight we're doing Black Movie Night. We want to support Black filmmakers in our community because we believe that Black people should own a piece of the film industry. The same way the Jews created the industry. God bless them for that. I have my students in the Black Business School read How the Jews Invented Hollywood as a lesson on powernomics. And so I believe that we should be writing our own narrative in terms of controlling Hollywood or controlling our entertainment. So we've got a billion really talented Black filmmakers, directors, producers, writers, etc. So we're featuring them on Black Movie Night. So if you'd like to join us, it's totally free. Because you're here, you can join for free. Go to blackmovienight.net. That's blackmovienight.net. We're going to watch the film Black and Privilege with Mark Harris, which is a very good movie. Mark is a great director. And we're going to also have Rick Mathis, who made the film Black Friday, which did really, really well. My homeboy David Banner was in the last one. And David is a good friend of mine. I have a lot of respect for him as well. So we're doing the damn thing. We're doing the damn thing. It's happening. It's going down right now in terms of what that revolution looks like, what the Black economic revolution looks like, what Black Wall Street looks like. It's happening. We're reaching millions of people. And we, too, are engaging in our own fundamental shift in terms of how things are done in our community. So congratulations, you're making Black history. You are a part of history by being a part of this. So so thank you guys for everything, for your support. And also, if you want to learn more about stock market investing, of course, you can go take a look at theblackstockmarketprogram.com. That's theblackstockmarketprogram.com. The first month will cost you just $1. And I have a section at the bottom called What Dr. Boyce is Buying, where I show you all the stock picks I'm making and why. So feel free to go check that out as well, theblackstockmarketprogram.com. So take care, everybody. It's good to see you, and have a great day. And I'll keep you updated on what's going on. Talk to you later. Peace.